Hi there, Felipe, once again, your crazy creative designer from Germany. No, I did not get into a bar fight uh, as an exception, naturally, but I'm having some trouble breathing because of the allergies right now. And so this kind of helps me out a little bit. And so I hope it's not too damaging in terms of visuals and that you can learn to live with it and just ignore it. Just pretend it's not there. So, yeah, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, please leave a like, subscribe. It will be very much appreciated. Otherwise, I do hope that you get some value from this video. So today I just wanted to delve a little bit into the topic of AI, which has been, ruminating for the last 2 years, and I barely have touched on the topic in my channels. I'm not sure why. I think it was mostly about understanding what it means for you, or understanding what it does to humanity. And so, it was a long time ago since I felt like an external observer. I think back when the most revolutionary change that I had seen in my life was the popularization of the internet and the high-speed internet, I believe. Do you remember when you were younger, you wanted to watch something, you had to go to LimeWire and download a totally legal torrent, sharing with your peers, and downloading about 15 kilobytes a second, which was more or less what I remember doing back then. So I wanted to watch the first Harry Potter movie, I believe, and naturally I did what everybody would do, which is to go on this brand new internet, which people did not understand at the moment, and look for ways to bypass the cinema route. And I remember doing that, and it took me days and days and days, I think even weeks, to even get like a couple of minutes out of the footage that I could start with. And I remember it being like when Netflix came out with House of Cards, which was their major new product. And I binge watched it because I loved it. I binge watched it for like 2 weekends, over a weekend. I remember that was kind of like the first time where I got to perceive, where I got to feel the brand new internet. There was a new era, it was like the advent of something that had changed. So it revolutionized the way people interacted with each other and the people consume media. And I think that was around to 2010, 2011. And now we're in 2025. And ever since ChatGPT popped up, this so-called artificial intelligence, or LLMs, have been ubiquitous and have even apparently threatened to make creative work obsolete, or to make even doctors' work obsolete, because I saw some AI that was able to diagnose, illnesses from radiography, from MRT, from, from documentation, more accurate, or seemingly more accurate than a doctor. And I think it was in the same boat as everybody working in the industry at first. It's like the 7 steps of acceptance. So at first, we kind of ignored it. And I remember the first time I interacted with ChatGPT, it was like, I think I was looking for keto recipes back a couple of years back. And I fed it to the language model, and then it spit out usable data, which I thought was fascinating. And then naturally, as you all know, we've been merely passengers on this new wave of LLMs, expanding their reach in pretty much every area of our lives. And after ignoring, I kind of familiarized myself with them a little bit and started to understand what's behind it. And at least I started to see the potential of how useful it could be, or it can be. And that is definitely true, but I think lots of people feared that it was now coming for your job. Back when factories were invented by Henry Ford, the assembly line, and how many jobs it took away at first glance. And um, every era of um, revolution seems to eliminate and to facilitate processes, regardless of industry, like the assembly line, from the assembly line down to, calculator, Microsoft Excel, and, the computer, and Google, naturally, so um, it has seemed to come in different areas, and they become era defining, and then everybody just gets along with them, as though they weren't there. That's the getting to after the adaptation phase. Is like the, oh, okay, that's normal, phase. I believe we're still at the hype phase, and every day on LinkedIn I see some weird pitching of some weird AI soulless new tool that's come on the market, and now we have AI creating AI tools such as Lovable, which I've it's been a waste of time using Lovable in my instance, at least, for example, and so I'm at this point, and what I want to do shortly with this video is just encourage people out there, and to believe and to fall in the hype category, and then panic, and then just think, hey, the world is going to be revolutionized. It never happens overnight. It takes years, decades. It seems to happen overnight sometimes, and that's true. But the real, the deep changes, they take some time, and that's natural. And during this time, you can either A, ignore it, you can choose B, accept it, you can choose C, use it, and you can choose D, accept it and use it, and then you can choose E, which is, purposefully leave it out, which I believe is also the wrong step. So, but what I want to say shortly is that I want to encourage people, and I was afraid myself, but as a creative director or creative designer, basically, it was scary at first, but I've come to learn now, after trying Lovable and Cursor and Bolt and Shopify generation and Reloom and whatever there is out there. I've come to see that it lacks the humanity that it wants to convey. It's not able to emulate the humanity. And that ties into the second point of personal branding, which is embracing that which makes you you. So embracing the essence of you, and then not turning it or not considering it a disadvantage, but use it as your greatest strengths. And that remains true, or that becomes even more true in the age of this hype, where AI tools are popping up everywhere every day, seemingly to revolutionize this and that and that. It is a tool after all. It is. It's gonna remain a tool. But from what I've seen now, I seriously doubt we're ever gonna reach the singularity point. Or if we do, it's gonna be thousands of years from now. I think it's so far away from emulating the soul, the essence of you, that makes you you. Your experiences, your ideas, your visions, your dreams, that is all inside your head and your body. It's reflected the way you move, the way you talk, the way you behave, the way you speak, the way you think. It is so deep that we do say there are more stars in the universe, or there are less stars in the universe than there are neuron connections in the mind. And even from a quantitative perspective, even if we think of a microprocessor or processor as the brain, and let's say it has more transistors and more connections than our very own organic brains, there is something lacking, there's something missing. We're still not sure what conscience is and where it comes from, but the fact is it's there somehow, and it is present, and and I believe it's present throughout your entire body, and that is part of you, and nobody can take it away, and nobody can emulate it. Celebrity impressions, they're still impressions, as impressing as they may be. So I believe in you, and I believe in the future of humanity if we stand our ground and we say, yes, we're humans, we have flaws as people, as a species, but we all remain unique. We are 0.5 chromosomes, or 99.9% DNA, so we are 0.01% further ahead than a monkey. We are able to create this wondrous universe full of inspiration, full of creativity, full of arts and chemistry and language and soul. I'm not a religious man at all. I'm anti-theist, but there is something more there that we can't just quantify, that we can't just emulate. And that is true for you, regardless of your position in life, regardless of where you work. At this point in time, I also want to thank Max Hoffert. We don't know each other personally, but I have seen some of the posts, and I follow him on LinkedIn, and I think it's fascinating the way he holds against, and that's what I want to instill. That's what I want to do. I want us to remain human-centric. I believe in the ideas that come from our minds, and I believe they're going to be unique to you because you are unique, because we are 8 billion people around the world, and because we do share values, yes, as a species, but we also know that we are differentiated somehow as individuals. And I believe that's your greatest strength, and I believe that's what's going to make you shine in your profession together with AI. Don't let it replace you. Don't ever think it's going to replace you. Use it. Use it wisely. It's like the Force in Star Wars. You have to use it wisely, and everybody can use it in a different way, for good or for evil. The choice is yours. My choice is to believe in humanity. My choice is to believe in the ideas, the creativity that's never going to be able to be emulated. And that's the essence of life. So join me, join others. You are not alone in the movement of human-centric creativity, of human-centric work, of human-centric projects that will define the world for generations to come. Hopefully in a better way than we are doing it in 2025. So don't ignore it, accept it, embrace it, use it with purpose and with character and with ethics. And if you do that, my friend, then we're gonna see fantastic things happen. Things that have a soul. Things that are the extension of our souls. And it can be in the tiniest things everywhere. And yeah, stand for it. Join me, join others as we move towards a better world dominated by humans, helped by machines, not replaced. So thanks a lot for listening to the rant. I wish you the best of days. If you found some value, if you want to join the movement, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It will mean the world to me. But otherwise, I still hope this can put a smile on your face and encourage you to look towards tomorrow. Cheers and have a good evening.